started with a challenge because while we were originally supposed to start in Barara, in Chembura, in Sindilo, Tungam, and Bukungi. But that is when the principal and the rest of the members were staying here in Kampala, and we couldn't finish that. So we started the following Monday with Chegegwa, and Chegegwa was a little bit very hard actually, because there were a lot of arrests. Our venue was changed in the morning, and we were told to move to another venue, and the rest of the supporters were in the prison. However, as I always say, that when God has said yes, nobody can say no. Because this is God's struggle, and He's doing it right in His own way. We proceeded to Chenjojo. Chenjojo, the venue was also changed. They took us very, very far. Those of you who are Congas and who is the geographer of that place, there is a place called Utidi. But as God would always have it, there were people there at the playground of Utidi, Second Teachers College. There were people there, and we thanked God. We proceeded for Koto City. They also threw us very far away from the people. They took us past Virka. Those of you who know Virka very well, very far from the town. We had a wonderful meeting there. People were in thousands along the way, but what was very annoying was the police. I really don't want to call it police, because I have not seen real policemen throwing tear gas in the midst of people. People's homes are along these roads where we are told to pass, but then okay. Now, people's homes, people live along these roads where we are told to pass, but you see the police mercilessly throwing tear gas in people's homes. They chase them away from their homes, because they are just, some of them are just on the compound and they are watching people pass. But then people are brutalized in that manner. Then the following day we had to go to Vundubujo. We went to Vundubujo. We were denied entry into Vundubujo town, but we also had a wonderful meeting where they stopped us. In other words, what am I saying? That wherever we have been, it doesn't matter where they throw us, people will always find us there. In Bunyangabu, it was very wonderful. It rained, but people braved the rain. And then, you know, we had a wonderful meeting, and it was only in Kasese that people were killed. We saw the army, because that was not police. You could imagine that there was external aggression or external attack, because the army that was in Kasese, you'd think that Rwanda had attacked Uganda or Congo had attacked Uganda, because there were very many of them. They blocked us. We couldn't move left to right. We stayed in the middle. People were so many. Then they started shooting live bullets and killing people. We saw several young people who were hurt, and our people had to take them to the hospital. Then we were denied access to the radio in Kasese, but I know, even when we were denied, that our people know what is taking place. The following day, we had to go back to through Fort Potro to Kagadi. Kagadi is in Hoima. We went to Hoima through Kagadi. Then from Kagadi, we went to Hoima, and there was too much tear gas in Hoima. There was too much tear gas in Burisa. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked in Burisa. But thank God, as I've said before, people were there waiting for us. Then on our way back from Burisa, we had to go to Chiriandongo through Masindi. In Masindi, we had booked Boma Ground, and we were denied access to Boma Ground in Masindi. People turned up. There were so many along the roads, but of course there were live bullets, tear gas,
And there was even one young man who was knocked by a police van, a police vehicle in Masindi. We proceeded to Chiliandongo, and Chiliandongo was the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Chiliandongo was very, very good. And I personally talked to the man who was commanding the police. I told him, you have been today. In fact, I told him, you know what, you are going to be our IGP when we take over power. Yes. So Chiliandongo was good, but we had now to proceed to Chenkwanzi. And when we reached a place called Mijera, it was already late. It was time for curfew. We thought that we would put up there and then in the morning proceed to the other place. However, the police denied us entry into the place. We had booked a hotel, which they stopped us from entering. There was this young man who was there who was telling us that, in fact, he said it in Urinyako, you cannot sleep in this place. So we suffered. We ate a lot of tear gas that day, and I want to assure you that where God has said yes, nobody can say no. We slept outside the whole night, but in the morning we had to proceed to Chenkwanzi. I have one point to make here, to say that in Uganda, those days long time ago, Uganda used to have inland flights. Inland flights. I asked the policeman who was stopping us from passing through Masindi, because we previously wanted to pass through Masindi or Hoima in order to access Chenkwanzi. But they said, you can't pass here. Then I asked them, if you didn't want us to use roads, why did your government kill all those facilities that were there a long time ago? Because if there had been an aeroplane, we would fly and get to Chenkwanzi. But because we had to use roads, we had denied using roads, we had denied using, I don't know what else they want us to use. So, however, the following day, the principal and the team went to Chenkwanzi. I was not able to reach Chenkwanzi, but there is one big problem, and I want to point it out today, that this government, they are like what we normally say in Urinyakore. They want elections to take place. They don't want campaign to take place. They don't want people to access the people, but they want people to vote. Now, how can somebody vote a person whom they have never seen? Because I think the whole idea of creating a scientific campaign was in the interest of government to deny other competitors time and people so that they would actually vote the people they have always known. But fortunately, when God has said yes, nobody can say no. That's why we are able, even where they throw us off the population, people still come to see their candidate. I want to thank all those people in Western Uganda, all of you who have been in support with us, and all Ugandans at large, that you have been able to support us. And I pray that you continue to support us, and I pray, because now is time for change. It is now or never. Get up, Ugandans. The person who is stopping others from accessing people is not only punishing the person who is contesting, but is punishing Ugandans, because it is your right as Ugandans to look at your candidates, to hear your candidates, to talk to your candidates, and then be able to make a right decision. So I want to encourage all of you that despite tear gas, by the way, this tear gas I think is expired, because the kind they gave us in Masindi, in Mijera, I think I have actually been sick for the last 3 days. But don't worry, it doesn't kill. You can take bits of it as long as you are interested in change, as long as you want change in this country, brave it. Because power is not given. Power is not given on a silver platter. Power is taken. And we can only take it through suffering. So, ladies and gentlemen, get up, if you hear wherever our candidate is, please try to go there. The law says that we take 200 people, and of course, as you very well know, that is impossible. That's not campaign. I mean, we don't even know the people out there whom we should give cards to make 200 people. But you stand by the road. The principal will be there to wave to you, and you'll hear from him, like in this manner we are doing. So I thank you very much for the support. Continue to support us, and I'm sure as I am talking to you this evening, we shall win this election, because it is self-explanatory anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama. Talk with Gambo Shomurinyakole.
Abantu abokuririza Orunyakitara nyenda kubanza kubasima ahabwa support ningashi obuhagizo obutwine omu Western Uganda. Nangwa na Munonga omuri Mbarara omuri Kiruhura aho muzeya rukurga nahaseriyeye omuri Nshwere ahakurga obuhagizo tubwine. Nyenda kubahereza amani kugira ngo mugumizemu amani mugire obuhagizi ahabwo kuba okubazibira okutuzibiritwe na candidate wetu kushika myanya yanyu ekyo tukikwija kubeiha principal ningashi candidate owumwino mu mitwe yanyu kumushanguramu ate kini kishana na nkoku omuntu arukwangisa munywani wawe akatekateka ngo yatagure barha yakwandikire nare kishane cyakutwekeire akakitagura akatekateka ngo wa murugo mutu mbwene ngira ngo abantu mwena abokurro rumyo mwimuke tuhagire cyagurani ahabwe kuba nuwe assurance. He's the new figure, he's the new line that is good for this country. Mbwene mwena mwimuke imwe mutafa yo tiya gas terukwita. In fact inaba bintu bagizanisa bakugira ngo kuterwa tiya gas tokarwara na covid ahabo kuboko kwe kubaneshara yakuzamaraka akakoko nako kagenda abo kuba otherwise mu group yitu tukabitwarweire nko kuba kugira ngo ntureto burwire nabwo eco mutatina ejo ni intimidation mutagira obwoba okono kubatina tinsa abo kuba Uganda y'imurkwenda nitwe niyo twenda ni yabanya Uganda bashemerire ku bantu baturamu Uganda eyine bintu nimba ningambira abantu noreba ekizibu cya Uganda no kugira ngo tukhandika history no butashomana history nimba ningambira abanya Uganda ntereba ntunumanya ngo Uganda ekabegire gari yo mwika erga kasese ezapakwachi ntunumanya ngo Uganda ekabegire nyonyi za Boeing Uganda Airlines care company ryawe ryamani Uganda kegera za bus company konke bintu byona government kabikwata yabitwara bwayo yabicwekereza dero ntuturraho mpa bwene njera ngo twayenzire Uganda netandika kutandikana itwe. It must begin with you, then it moves to the next person. Mbwene mwimuke chegegwa tukagera okwatwa za Kagadi batuzibira nangwa Kagade kabonera konka zabundu buryo batuzibira kwikachayi za Hoima batukinjirana twaguma rwagati tunywati ya gasi konka koko kunkubagambira ayimukama teiro mukonogwe ntuza kutunga obuhagizi ana no businguzi ngira nko kutwamwesere owekitinisa tukamwete rya musinguzi itwe nkabanyankore mwimuke tuhagire musinguzi dero tugire obusinguzi abakonjo bakamweta mujuni omuntu mujuni naba nakujune kizwe cyoyine bwene mureke tuhagire mujuni dero tugire obusinguzi omu Western region tuhagera arari dero arari atusyaha birungi ebyo biturukwendo mu Uganda yitu mwebare munonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hon.Mugisha. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to thank you. Indeed, it has been massive. I celebrate you, two powerful ladies. Of course, we salute our